All right, so what up, y'all? DP Brown coming at you again with another episode of my making of a graphic novel series. Basically, what I'm doing is documenting my efforts to make my first graphic novel through trial and error, and hopefully come to a point where I'm somewhat successful with the end result. Before we start, I want to make sure that you like and subscribe this video if you like what you hear and see, and also make sure that you share with your friends because it'll make me happy. Now, in my last video, we talked about finding a workshop group that can help you gain a good feedback on your efforts to writing a graphic novel. If you want a little bit more on what you should do, then click on this link and watch that video, and I hope it helps you out. Today, I'm going to talk about thumbnails and the reason why I use them to create my shots and my panels. Now, in my search for an artist, I realized that every artist interprets a scene in a shot differently from what a writer may, put down. Some writers leave scenes loose for an artist to give them creative freedom. This may be a preferred method for some, but because I could be a bit of a control freak myself, my preference is to create the thumbnail sketches after I finish writing the script. Now, there's a certain way I would want the scene to flow through each page on each panel. So I'll sketch out the panel. I'll sketch out the panel with something generic, and as you can see here, and hope the artist that I hire can make what I see visually in my mind's eye. I like to think that I'm directing a movie when I'm sketching, which in reality is just like storyboarding, the storyboarding process. And the end result will be something that I feel comfortable with on paper, even though I'm not the one actually drawing it. Now, my personal history in drawing is somewhat extensive. My first 18 years of living, I've been drawing for all my life. Here's some work I did in high school, and as you can see, I was heavy into superheroes way back then. So really funny how, things have developed over time, and how stuff has changed and not changed back then. So you may be wondering why I don't just draw the project myself. Well, number one, I have no patience in drawing, and even if I did, it would take me entirely too long to put down something that I think I will be completely satisfied with. I see so many great artists on Instagram, DeviantArt, Facebook, and other places that I don't have that. They do such great work. I don't really have the passion to do what they do in that creative aspect. Besides, I feel like I'm being creative in what I'm writing, and I believe that if an artist can fit my writing style, then the project will turn out to be that much more better without, me actually having to do everything. It may cost a little bit more in that aspect, but that's what Kickstarter's for. So be ready for that soon. Anyway, in thumbnailing my project, I can visualize and correct what may not be working before I waste an artist's time. So a director can direct actors better, with his storyboards in front of him to keep, on track before he wastes film. Same way, we would do with thumbnails for an artist. My plan with this project, instead of sending someone a full script or even a partial script before I feel that is ready, I actually wrote a 5-page preview that takes place in the universe of the story, but not in the graphic novel itself. Now with this preview, my plan is to use this to try out artists without having to commit a whole project to see who I can work with. Again, since this is my first time doing this, I have no idea if this is the best way, but my thought is that if there are artists hungry enough out there looking for opportunity for work to work on a project, and especially hone their skills and get their name out, it would be really good that they could work with me. While I would love to work with a Jim Lee or Greg Capullo or even a Babs Tarr, working on my stuff, those people are way too busy and their price range is just way out of pocket for me. There are a ton of good comic artists out there that I see, especially on Instagram, where they're looking more for work, where a lot of people are just looking for work, and most of all, you don't have to pay them an arm and a leg to get them. The downside of this is I'm finding not everyone can really do what they say, An artist may be great at pinup, of a character, but to draw a sequence in a story, it takes a lot of skill. A good comic artist can visually tell a story with no dialogue on the page, and that's what I'm generally looking for within that artist. If they can actually tell a story on paper. The thumbnails are not only for me there as a guide to visualize for myself, but to help the artist in what I want them to do to work their magic. Now, if you can't thumbnail, that's fine, because there are always art students out there that you can go and grab, and they'll be able to do it for you for little to no money. The next video, I hope to let you know about an artist I found to do this preview so we could get this ball rolling. So I'm super excited about it. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Hopefully that, when I find this artist, we can, I can actually show you what they did, or I will show you what they did. And the process is to do the preview, get the thumbnails down, that I showed you. Make sure that I get a colorist. That's one video I'm gonna go through with you guys. Get the right colorist will definitely make and break your project and everything. So, or at least make and break my project, because I have a certain thing in mind that I want in my book. So we'll see how that actually goes. In the meantime, make sure that you guys like, subscribe, and share the video, and also leave a comment if you like or not like what you heard today. And like always, don't let the apocalypse keep you guys down. It could be worse. It could have been an alien invasion, and they would have made us all slaves by now. So make sure that you guys are washing your hands, and also make sure that you stay safe. See you when I see you.
I'm Eddie Kane, he crazy man, we both misunderstood. We both come from the hood, now we good. Listen up, I went to college, man. Never was no college man or scholar, man. But damn, I did my thing filling out those college grants.